Cubanos, how's that going for you guys? Literally, you guys were on national television putting shit like this out there. That is hilarious. Because literally what I said earlier, you guys thought you were light-skinned enough and white-skinned enough to go ahead and get a free pass. And you thought that you would be the pick-me that they would give an exception to. Not even the case. And then more. Ridiculous, right?
Several months later.
Y mira qué pasó. And now you want to act all big and bad and be like, no, we have the paper. Not anymore. Because you know that there's a racist piece of shit that's sitting on that goddamn podium, that sits in that goddamn office, who says you guys are never going to be good enough, no matter how much you hard to try. And the fact that the American dream was never your dream at all whatsoever. It was literally the racist people that run this goddamn country. That's what the dream was made for. It wasn't made for anyone else. So there you go. Enjoy Cuba. And I hope you guys literally learn from this lesson. Because clearly you guys have to learn through experience. And to all the other Latinos that voted from Nicaragua, anyone who voted for them, Haitians, Venezuela, enjoy going back to your country because you never were and never will be part of the American dream.
So, y'all make this song that says, oh my God, I will vote for Donald Trump, right? 500,000 Cubans, Venezuelans, and Haitians have to self-deport by a deadline. You know what? Never mind. That's none of my business. That's none of my business at all.
Hello guys, and welcome to the Joy Report. In today's video, we're going to talk about how the Trump administration has recently implemented policies affecting undocumented migrants from Cuba. The Department of Homeland Security announced the termination of humanitarian parole program established under the Biden administration. This program had provided temporary legal status to over 530,000 migrants from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela. So Cubans, you really thought you were safe, huh? You really believed that because you voted Republican, because you played the good immigrant card, because you thought you could blend in, that none of this would touch you. Well, guess what? You effed around and now you're finding out. Trump is giving your undocumented Cuban relatives 30 days to pack up and get out of the US. And the worst part, you all did this to yourselves. If this is the kind of content you enjoy, please consider subscribing, liking and sharing so that YouTube may recommend it to a wider audience. And so now, without further ado guys, let's go straight into this video. But first, let me play you a few videos on this matter and I'll come back with my commentary.
La FAFO Cubano! It's not that these didn't think the leopards would eat their face. They thought they were leopards. Earlier this week, the Trump administration removed a program that Biden had implemented that allowed temporary legal status of immigrants from Cuba, Venezuela, and Nicaragua. The program, implemented by Biden, worked that you had to be vetted, work here, and have a financial sponsor. Trump decided no go. And 530,000 people who came here for temporary legal status to work are now going to have to leave. Their status has been revoked and they will have 30 days to get back out. So the Cubans for Trump, how'd this work out for you?
So this is what I'm trying to understand here. What did Cubans who voted for Trump think? Did they think they were special? Did they think that Trump, who had been saying for months, even years, that TPS was not a legal way to come into the country, who thought that everybody from Latin America was bunching of the government, who talked about the largest deportation in history, was going to just look the other way when it came to Cubans? Because what? Because they're special? These are the same Cubans that for a while kept talking about Mexicans and Central Americans and South Americans and saying that we were munching of the government for some weird reason, when most immigrants don't munch of the government because they don't even have a social security number. But well, I digress. The point is this. The guy told you straight up what he was going to do. And you thought you were exempt of whatever measure he wanted to take. And you didn't care about the rest of the people that were going to get hurt. And you still don't. And now you're crying on social media saying that they're illegally taking the people that he promised to pardon you if you had like some guys, or say like if you had a college degree, then or you were going to school. What do they think? That the rest of us don't have education, or that the rest of us don't speak multiple languages? We do. And most of us work hard and have an organized life. It's not like Cubans are the exception to everybody else. That's what happens. When you feel you're special like this, for no valid reason whatsoever, Then when reality sets in, it feels like a brick right across your face. So you're in the find out phase because you guys voted for this and you guys supported this. You guys supported a guy who put the embargo back on your island. And now the people that you have down there are suffering. Now you can't go visit him anymore. And on top of that, you're getting deported over there. So you voted for the guy who set up the embargo to send you back again to that embargo that you escaped from. So don't come crying.
For years, you guys clung to the idea that being Cuban made you different, that because the US gave your parents and grandparents asylum, you are somehow special. You believed Republicans saw you as more deserving than other Latino immigrants. You called yourselves political refugees, as if that will grant you immunity from the same laws that have been used to brutalize and deport other immigrants for decades. But here's the truth. The Republican Party never saw you as anything other than a pawn. Cuban Americans in Florida have been riding hard for the Republican Party. You all said you wanted law and order. You said you were against illegal immigration. You looked down on other Latino immigrants, especially Mexicans and Central Americans, because you thought your situation was different. You thought being Cuban made you special. You all even called yourselves white on the census, thinking that will protect you. But now, Trump just reminded you real quick you're not white enough. Black people warned you over and over. They told you that Trump's immigration policies weren't just about keeping criminals out. They told you that when Republicans say they want to secure the border, they aren't just talking about the southern border. But did you listen? Nope. You laughed at them. You called them brainwashed liberals. You acted like your family's history made you immune to the same Republican policies that have been hurting immigrants for decades. And now look, your cousins, your aunts, your uncles, the same people you were celebrating with last December are being told to get out of the country in 30 days. You thought you were on the winning team. You thought because you were Republican, because you waved the American flag and shouted, "Make America Great Again," you are safe. But let me ask you, safe from what? Trump made it clear from the beginning that he wanted to crack down on immigration. He never said except for Cubans. He never made a distinction between you and the very same immigrants you look down upon. And now, with one executive order, he threw you under the bus. And talking about Florida, y'all gave Trump the vote he needed. You cheered when he took a harder stance on immigration. You nodded along when he said he was going to clean up the country. But did you really think he was only talking about other people? You helped build this mess, and now your own families are the ones suffering. Some of you are scrambling, begging for exceptions, calling representatives, trying to fight it. But where was the energy when it was Haitians, Venezuelans, or Mexicans? Where was the outrage when other groups were being deported? All right, you didn't care because you thought it wouldn't be you.
Good morning, everyone. I came in this morning just to have a little conversation with the Cubans for Trump. I wanted to make sure you guys knew of the changes that have been coming down the pipe. And recently, Donald Trump has announced he's giving you guys 24 hours. I'm sorry, to April the 24th. My apologies. He's giving you to April the 24th to get your business affairs in order and leave on your own, to leave voluntarily. And should you not take his 30-day notice and make those arrangements, he will be making the arrangements for you. So anybody know any of those Cubans that were on that boat? You know, the Cubans, they were jamming too. I mean, they were jamming. Couldn't stand the lyrics. But their music, thump, thump, thump. Oh, they were jamming, baby. I wonder where they are. Anybody know? Are they still jamming? Are they still waving those flags? Are they still salsaing? You know, the salsa. Are they still? I just want to know if they're still partying. And I wanted to let you guys also to know of this change so you can stop wasting your time trying to call us out. You're wasting your time. You're wasting valuable, precious time that you could be doing so much more productive things with the current situation you guys are facing. It's time out for the gaslighting. It's time out. Where's Kamala? Don't worry about Kamala. Yeah, y'all went Republican down the aisle. Well, Republicans down the aisle are all behind and getting all you up out of here. So instead of asking about where we are, where Kamala, you need to be asking who you voted for and the people that voted alongside of you. Ask where they are. Ask what they're doing. Because the people who tried to save you, the people who were just pulling you back, trying to pull you back from that cliff. We had our feet dug in and we had that tag team rope. Everybody was pulling, no. You didn't want to hear it. Matter of fact, you said you'd rather vote for Satan. Looks like you have. So there's nothing we can do now. There's nothing Kamala can do now. It's past that. Because see, when the sitting administration is in the office, they're the ones who empower. And any politician, whether it's an ex-president, ex-vice president, they have no power. No matter what kind of plans they were presenting when they were running for office, those plans are null and void because they have no power behind the plans that they wanted to implement. Anyway, that's all too late. You know, it's too late. I just wanted to make sure you guys knew that the person that y'all was out there partying to name has given you guys 30 days to get out. So if you could tell me where the next jamming session would be, I really would like to tune in because I want to see if y'all still have that same energy. Just want to know. Just asking. And before I leave, Cubans, can I ask you one more question before I get out of here? Huh? Is it great again yet? My friends keep asking.
And let's be honest, some of you all thought aligning yourself with whiteness would protect you. That if you distance yourself from black and brown immigrants, you'd be safe. That if you looked down on black people and bought into anti-black rhetoric, you'd be seen as one of them. But here's the reality. When white supremacists talk about keeping America pure, they aren't thinking about you. They don't see you as one of them. They never did. Now, some of you are mad, confused, asking, how could this happen? It happened because you put your trust in a party that only saw you as a tool for votes. You let them use you to push their anti-immigrant agenda. And the second they didn't need you anymore, they came for your people. Now you're waking up. Now you're seeing what black people have been saying all along. They warned you. They saw this coming. And now all they can say is, you should have listened. And the saddest part, some of you all still won't get it. Even as your family members are packing their bags, you'll still be making excuses. You'll still convince yourself that Trump didn't mean to do this, that it's all a misunderstanding, that next time it will be different. But let me tell you something. There is no next time. He showed you exactly who he is. The Republican Party showed you exactly what they stand for. And yet, some of you still will be out here defending them, hoping they'll finally accept you. So guys, what do you all think? Do you think Cuban Americans have finally learned their lesson, or will they keep pretending that they're safe in a system that doesn't see them as equal? Let me know down in the comment section. I would love to keep the discussion going. Otherwise, that's it from me. I also have another video on Florida relaxing their child labor laws due to the mass deportations. And if you enjoy such kind of content, please click up here and enjoy. Also, consider subscribing, liking and sharing because it helps me grow my channel. But for now, thank you so much for watching. And until the next time, the Joy Report out.